I'm Rebecca.
And I'm Hunter, and this is
the Family Showdown! Hello, Rebecca and Hunter here from the Family Showdown. And today we're going to talk about our top 10 games rarely played, but we'll never call them. So, you ready to start this off?
I'm ready to get it done. Because this is going to be story time, I think, for these. Because these are games that have personal meaning more so than rare out of print or hard to find or things like that. They mean something to us. So, I think this is going to be a fun list.
Absolutely. Number 10. Our number 10 is Leaving Earth. This one in particular for me, I'm not a huge fan of math, and this is like Math the game. However, this is also pure active applied math in something that I've always been fascinated with space. And so when we go and do this, to me, it feels like I'm actually getting to do something I always thought was just really fascinating. You get to play this game and help people launch rockets into space and send satellites, you know, orbiting around the Earth, go visit Mars, all of these different things. And when I'm done, I always feel like I need to go read up and see what NASA's up to and everything else. It just gets me all psyched up for space and astronomy, and I just absolutely love this game. And Leaving Earth just leaves such a great feeling playing it.
Number 9.
Our number 9 is Acquire. This is kind of a personal choice because I used to play this with relatives back in the day. I have the fancy-dancy 1999 Avalon Hill version because that's the one we played, and that's the one I have personal memories of. I enjoyed playing this around the table, and it kind of sparked my love of economic games.
Number 8. Our number 8 is Ugtech. This game is crazy. And the first time we played it, we actually found it at a little mini local board gaming convention. And it's probably a miracle we didn't get kicked out of the building when we played this because we were playing in these teams, laughing and crying. This game's about beating people with inflatable clubs as you're trying to get them to build up a certain kind of sculpture with different colored blocks. No talking involved, just grunts, some gestures, and a whole lot of club smacking. Karungu! A go-go! A cook! A go-go! A Congo!
Number 7.
So my number 7 is Conquest of the Empire. This is a game I played when I was a youngling, back in high school, back in the dark ages of the 80s. So I've been looking for this game for years and years, and I was at the Dice Tower auction at one of the Dice Tower cons, and I was walking along, and there was Richard Borg selling games. I'm like, So I checked out his games. Up the very top shelf was Conquest of the Empire. It wasn't the version I played, which was the 1984 version. This was the 2005 version, but close enough, I guess. And I was looking, and he said, half price. And I opened it up, take a peek, and all he did was rip open a bag and look at a miniature to see what it looks like and read the rule book. So it was basically pristine mint condition. So it's a memory for the purchase and a memory from my childhood.
Number 6. Our number 6 is Dominion. Now, this may not be your favorite game nowadays. You like it. Right. You like it. I love it. But this was a game that kind of launched us into playing board games together.
Right.
And mutual friend brought it over, and we played it all together. And we're like, oh, this is really fun. And we kept playing it and playing it. Pretty soon it's like, there's more. There's more of this game. There's expansions. There's more different types of it. Next thing you know, Hunter's bought all these different types of Dominion games, and I'm like, yes, all of the games. And then for a really super awesome present, Hunter made this nice briefcase and organized it and laminated some little markers and everything. So I have a nice, big, organized, massive collection of Dominion to play. It's so beautiful. And even if he wanted to, I'm never letting him cull it now.
After all the work I put into it.
You're not going to?
This is kind of a little story because this is an art box that you should get from like Hobby Lobby and places like that. And they had this insert built for it. And for whatever reason, Hobby Lobby slightly shrunk their box where the insert wouldn't fit. So I actually had to like sand the inside of the box and wear it down to be able to let the insert fit inside.
A labor of love.
It was a labor of love.
Number 5.
Our number 5, even though most of the ones I'm doing are mine and most of the ones you're doing are yours, that may
They're
just be
pretty
a
mutual.
coincidence. It's Age of Empires 3, The Age of Discovery. So this one has a story too, like most of ours. So we were at that very same Dice Tower auction that I bought Conquest of the Empire from.
That was a good auction.
And as soon as we step in, the Dice Tower has their massive spread of games that they're for sale for basic games they've already reviewed and they're culling and start going in the library. Hundreds of games for sale, and they kind of had them grouped off by prices, but then they had the cool games in a section, and Jason Levine was the actual auctioneer for those games. So if you wanted to buy a game, you had to go through Jason. So I saw Age of Empire, and I heard good things about it, and I wanted it. He's like, some crazy number, like $80 or $100, and because it was out of print. That version was out of print, but it got reprinted, so that kind of was the old version. And I'm like, I don't know. And then Tom walked by and saw I was haggling with Jason. He's like, he does stuff from us. Give it to him for nothing. And Jason's like, $20. I said, okay, $20. So I got the beat up old.
It's much loved.
Stacked. Have you ever watched the old Dice Tower video?
So let's see how it plays. But Age of Empires 3, which is based on a popular computer game, and really doesn't have anything to do with that computer game.
You'll see the big
Tom
game.
used to have all the games in the background just kind of stacked, and this one's all kind of mushed in and beat up.
Because it was on the bottom.
But it's a little piece of the Dice Tower that I own. So.
Well, and not only that, but it's a really stinking fun game. We have a
It is.
blast playing it, and I in particular love the chocolate boats. I call them chocolate boats because they're a chocolatey brown color.
And they're almost a rubber texture.
Yeah, they're fun to play with, and on top of that, they're like a wild. So when you're going for the set collection and stuff, the boats have led me to a couple of victories now because people are usually like, I'll let her get the boats or whatever. Pretty soon I've amassed like this matching empire. It's fantastic. I love playing this game.
Number 4.
Our number 4 is also one with a really good story. And this game is Vampire Radar. So this goes way back to Ugtech's tabletop convention, the first one.
Mm-hmm.
And we got to go, and this is one of our first conventions we'd gone to.
This
too,
was
if I
my
recall.
second convention, board game convention.
Yeah.
Your very first board game convention.
And the wonderful librarian Wanda there had gotten Sam and Z to come and be like guest star appearances and do a bunch of stuff and activities and things for the convention. And we were excited because we'd been watching Dice Tower for a while. Because again, like we say, we're fans first. We're super nerds. And so we got to meet Sam and Z and get to play a game with them. And the first game we played with Z was this little cute game that he brought with him called Vampire Radar. And it was spelled Raider, R-A-D-E-R.
Mm-hmm.
It was real quirky because it was Japanese and they had some issues with the translating and stuff.
Right,
In fact, so we played it. It was a lot of fun. It's a one versus all hidden movement. You're trying to track down the Dracula and stuff. And it's a really fun game. We played that with and a couple of other people that are con regulars there with us. Had a blast. Really loved the game and the experience, and gotten to be good friends with Sam and Z since. It's been really neat. And on top of that, then for an anniversary present, I hunted down a friend, Julian. Thank you again, by the way, in Japan, because it's the only place you can get these games. And he helped me purchase the game and mail it to me so that I could surprise Hunter with it. And I had to be all sneaky because the printer's in Hunter's office and the rule book is all in Japanese for this. So I had to print the rule book in English. I had to find it online and print it and hide it until I got the package and everything and put the rule book in there. And so we have the game with the English rules all printed in it. And we don't get to pull it out very often, but it is so much fun. And every time we pull it out, we just think of Z going blah blah, you know, just it's pretty amusing. So it's a lot of fun.
Number 3.
My number 3. I'm just giving up this formality.
Oh. Okay.
Except for our top 2,
they're very much the same.
Very much each other's games, and the top 2 is kind of crossover. So anyway, enough said about that. So my number 3 is Blood Bowl 2nd Edition.
Oh yeah.
So this is the game. It came out in 1988. I played this like crazy in college, and in the summer with my friends and brother. We played tons of Blood Bowl. So much Blood Bowl. It was crazy. It's one of my favorite games all time. And when I left college, for whatever reason, in a moment of weakness, I got rid of all my board games.
Must have had a crazy
every
goodness.
one of my board games, and of course Blood Bowl 2nd Edition. I gave that away as well. And we did a video for our channel for Family Showdown. We did a Grail game video, and my number 1 Grail game was Blood Bowl 2nd Edition. And her parents occasionally watch our videos, so they saw that, keyed in on it, and Rebecca's father went out and purchased, I guess it's both her father and mother, went out and purchased Blood Bowl 2nd Edition for a present for me. And so it's just got nostalgia on top of nostalgia on top of cherished memories to greatest gift, one of the greatest gifts ever. So this one, it'll never go. We played it, this copy one time, and we haven't played it since, but it's sitting up there, and I still look at it longingly.
It's waiting for another moment of glory.
Well, it's like it's a cherished memory. It's like a childhood photo or something.
Yeah.
It's
a thing.
Never going to go. And I don't know how many times I'll ever play this copy, but it's never going to go.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's just how these games are. They're magical.
Number 2.
Our number 2 is definitely one of our favorite games, period. And that is Twilight Imperium IV. Originally Twilight Imperium 3, slight upgrade, we'll keep the 4.
But see, the thing is, what if Twilight Imperium 5 comes out?
Then this one's getting just no.
Then this is invalid.
No, it's
invalid. No.
Oh man, no, this is valid because it's still the same game. People, I don't care. It's just a little streamlined. Nitpickers can argue all you want. It's the same game to me. All right, so this game is 4X, massive, 8+ hour game of greatness. It is amazing if you like space games and you want to get the full experience. We have big, ginormous galaxy. You're starting on opposite ends of it. You're all flying together. You're passing laws, galactic laws, mind you, taking over planets, building war suns. They're ginormous. They're like big plastic balls. They're amazing looking. All these really fun things. There's all this stuff going on. Plus, every single time we've played this, there's always been a carry-on overarching epic story that keeps coming back. Hey, you remember that time? Every single game has a remember that time. Probably my most cherished one is one of the more recent ones. I can already tell by the look on your face. You get to
tell this story, huh?
Because, yes, I get to tell the story because I got this.
I want to hear it from your perspective.
Oh, it was great. So, Hunter loves to betray me in games. As he likes to say, he'll say, I don't do co-op. It's very, yeah, look at that. That is not the face of innocence, people. So, as we're playing, inevitably, he'll say something like, hey, do you mind if I just pass through your area? I'll give you some goods, make it kind of nice for you. I promise I'm just passing through, blah, blah, blah. Eventually, I wear down. I'm like, oh, sure. All of a sudden, I'm attacked. Big shock, right? And then, of course, why am I betrayed? No, not always. Just often enough to throw me off, okay? So this happens. So finally, my time has come.
This story is completely different than mine.
Is it? Oh, I'm sure it is. I'm sure it is. I don't think we have time for your version, though. I'm so sorry. So I am finally in a good position. And he's done this many a time. So I did it back. He's never been betrayed by me before. The picture, I should have had a camera ready because the look on his face was so priceless. It was hilarious. And everyone at the table just started roaring because you were like, you betrayed me. You betrayed. Oh, it was magical. So now this is the epic game of when I betrayed him. And now he's like, the trust, the love is gone. I mean, it was just amazing.
I don't trust you in the game. I haven't trusted you in the game since. And that was like 3 years ago.
I mean, it was great. So
every time you ask, why don't you work with me?
The one time, as opposed to the how many dozens of betrayals.
But you're 6 hours into a game and you just get so betrayed. It rips your little heart out.
Your poor little innocent heart.
Actually, deep down, like way deep
You were really
down,
proud of me, weren't you?
I was very proud.
I knew it.
Number 1.
Let's move on to our number 1, because we can say our now. Our number 1 is Star Trek Fleet Captains. So this would have made the list in the original version of the game. So we've had this game for many years. We've played it many times.
Yes,
it's been top of our favorite games of all time since we first played it.
Yep.
So it would have made the list regardless. But recently, I guess it was not very recently, maybe 2 years ago?
I don't count last year, so
3
yeah.
years ago?
It was like a year ago.
Fairly recently. a viewer of our Family Showdown channel met up with me at our local game store to play a game. We played Dune, the original Dune. We played that, had a blast, had a great time. And as we were leaving, he said, "Hey, come over to my car." And I'm like, I don't know this guy very well.
I haven't heard this version of the story.
Should I go over to his car? So I go over and he pops open his trunk, and then there is a Star Trek Fleet Captain's game. I'm like, I already have this. You have to know I already have this game. He's like, no. He opened it up, and they're all painted.
Oh, and they're so beautiful.
The main game and all the expansions fully painted, like, and I'm like, you're kidding, right?
Yeah.
You're kidding, right? He's like, no. We don't hardly play it, and we know you guys love it. And he gave it to us, and oh my gosh, we played it, and it's
Paul rocks.
It's just
we love Paul.
Blew us away,
yeah.
And it's one of our most cherished possessions.
Oh my gosh, I love getting that thing out to play now because I mean we had fun with it before, like you said. But this,
it's
like
a pretty
bringing
amazing thing on so many levels. But we love the game. We love that version of the game. So I guess we will eventually call the original version.
Yeah, because we have this beautiful.
We have both sets up on our shelf, and yeah, you're right. When we put it out, it's like when you.
It's just the wow factor now.
Get your ships, basically, you got to get random ships, and you're like, oh, which ones do I get? Oh, that one's cool, and no, this one's cool, and it's just so amazing. So
it is.
There you go. That is it. That is our top 10 games that we rarely play.
We'll never call,
but we'll never get rid of.
They're chock full of memories.
Purge, whatever you want, however you want to say it.
That's right.
All right, well, that's it, folks. Hope you enjoyed it. If you want to check out our channel, The Family Showdown, just go to YouTube, just type in the typey types, The Family Showdown, and we'll pop up. We have, last count, like 130 top 10 lists.
Woo!
And we have live shows every Tuesday night, 8:30 Central, 9:30 Eastern.